Hi everybody, I'm back. Welcome to my Fleatale finds. So this is sort of something a little bit different than I usually do. I usually show you what I got weekly. I recently purchased many trays of some of the most unusual, spectacular jewelry that you are ever going to see. I purchased this from a collector. I paid a decent amount for it, but you just don't see pieces like this anymore. And I'm going to go through the jewelry with you, along with one of my best friends, and she is a jewelry collector as well. So let's start. Now, most of this jewelry that's in this group is from, I would say, probably the 1920s and 1930s. It's Czechoslovakian jewelry, and some of it is by a company called Niger. That's N-E-I-G-E-R. And they were from Jablonec, Poland. And it was started in the early 20th century, Niger jewelry, by Norbert Niger. And he ran the business side. His brother Max, who most people know the jewelry as Max Niger Jewelry. Max is the one who designed the jewelry and ran the workshop. And after World War II, the brothers focused solely on Max's designs. They also produced filigreed scent bottles. The jewelry is characterized by this incredible Czech glass, Czechoslovakian glass, and metal parts. Their best known works derive from the Egyptian design craze that began after the opening of King Tut's tomb in 1922. They also added other lines with Chinese and Indian motifs, brooches, necklaces, and beads, all of the highest quality. So let's start with these wonderful Peking glass elephant earrings. Look at how dimensional these are and detailed for being glass. You just don't see pieces like this anymore.
And it looks like the top on these might be a marriage. The tops probably aren't original, but...
So what is a marriage in terms of jewelry to you?
When you take a piece that isn't original to a piece and add it.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. Here's another piece of wonderful Peking glass jewelry. When would you say this this piece was made?
This is probably, I would say, 20s or 30s.
1920s, so it's like the Deco, Deco era.
And it almost has a little bit of a Y look to it, the way that the pendant is added to the bottom.
That is just unbelievable. Then there's this wonderful piece of jewelry. Look at this. Look at all of this. So this is enameled around the
center stone.
And just look at this.
Enamel detail on the links.
Wow. This actually looks sort of like chrysoprase.
Yeah.
But it's actually art glass. Then let's go to, now this is something that is Chinese, actually. I'm just going to break away from the Czech jewelry for a moment. And this is Chinese. What stone would you say this is? Also a chrysoprase maybe? Or a jade?
A jade,
perhaps?
Yeah.
Look at the detail on this. And this has wonderful enameling, and it's probably silver. And this is a 800 or higher, and this is a pendant. Here is more of that Niger style jewelry. This is that wonderful pressed glass, just amazing jewelry. Then let's see, here's another pair of, this is sort of the typical Niger look with the metal findings and the wonderful artistic glass.
Molded, looks like.
Molded art glass, thank you. And again, just to break away for a moment, we tried to also do things by color. So this, in keeping with the green feeling, this is a spectacular piece by a company called Vendome, which was an offshoot of Coro, and they became their own in, I think it was 1952, and that's their signature. And just, I mean, you just don't see pieces like this now. Then here's another, this piece is sterling silver, and just look at, this is Chinese. Look at that detail. Now, what were you telling me about that before, Heidi?
It just looks like it has a very Art Nouveau look about it.
Why?
Although it is typically Chinese. Well, Art Nouveau used a lot of organic forms, a lot of flora, plants and animals, and much of the design on this, as in much of the Art Nouveau designs, is symmetrical. Not all. For instance, Gallet, the furniture maker and glass maker, made furniture, and it was somewhat asymmetrical, but usually the designs are, you know, they have some symmetry. And that's a piece of, looks like jadeite.
The centerpiece of
that. Yeah.
Just incredible. And here's another, you're talking about the organic forms and the nature, and this is a belt buckle. This is on most likely celluloid, and there's appears to be a scarab, and here's the connecting the other side. Let's see, what else do we have? Then here's magnificent.
That's a nice example of Czechoslovakian jewelry.
And why do you say that?
Well, it's just very fine looking, and you know, a big piece of the Bohemian glass in the center, the green center stone. All of that is on metal.
Wow.
All of the links are glass.
And Bohemia coming from Bohemia.
Yes.
And this is another great example of the Niger jewelry. This is sort of typical of their work. Now, because they got their stampings from other companies, they did not really sign them. So it's up to sort of an expert, or as you become more familiar with their designs, you come to realize that it's actually done by the Niger brothers. And then let's see, what else do we have?
Quite a few.
What? What were you going to say?
I was going to say quite a few. I mean, you've already shown some. And here are other Czechoslovakian glass earrings. Here's a beautiful pair. Right there.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
And these, which are really, I think, spectacular. So many of the Czechoslovakian glass earrings were hung on, suspended from chain.
Wow, they are unbelievable. Oh my goodness.
And here's even another pair of pearl tassel with Peking glass at the bottom.
It's so interesting how popular the Peking glass was as well.
Yeah, that's true. Made to look like jade.
Wow, just incredible. And I would imagine that there were a lot of fine jewelry manufacturers that would make pieces of jewelry like this using real pearls and real jade on the bottom. And then here's another piece, and this is called Vow Hall glass, and with the vintage art glass on the other next to it. Just incredible, incredible look.
This piece here is also made to look like jade. It is Chinese.
Wow. That is really something. And it's interesting how everything is symbolic in the Chinese jewelry. Everything stands for something, whether it's fish or butterflies or bats, or what else would you say?
Bees.
Bees.
That's like the bee on the back of
Oh, that's right.
the bumblebee.
The little bee there. Bees or peaches or persimmons. It's just chrysanthemums. It's just incredible. So now we're going to go to the next tray. I purchased, how many trays would you say?
Looked to be about 20.
20 trays of all different things, but we're going to go through the next tray right now. It will actually be, here, wait, let me see that.
There's a pair of these.
There's another pair. So these are so Art Deco, and they actually look like emeralds and diamonds, if you could just see them sparkle. Wow. So thank you for watching this video, and we're going to be back with the next video from the same collector. Thank you.